Hi YouTube. Fly Fishing Piper. It's a Sunday. I'm up in my loft enjoying a cup of coffee. And a smoke. I'm smoking my Whitehall Garrison. I love this pipe. It's got a nice big bowl. Gives me a chance to sit back and relax. I'm smoking a tobacco I haven't smoked before. I'll have to do a review on because I really like it. It's Peterson's, pardon me, Nutty Cut. I'll do a review on that one kind of soon. I was just watching a video from Handlebar Mike, and Handlebar Mike, talks about public piping and his concern about room note. And he was asking if how others feel about that. And by the way, I'll put a link to Handlebar Mike in the description below. Great channel, by the way. He's got some nice stuff in there, and I really like his style. Nice strong beard too. But Mike, I grew up, as you can see, I may have a few years on you, buddy. I grew up in a time when smoking was commonplace. Everyone smoked. It used to seem like everyone smoked. Both of my parents smoked. I don't know of anyone except for my father's mother, my grandmother on my father's side, that didn't smoke in our family. I think my grandmother on my mother's side of the family stopped smoking, but I think she was a smoker for some time as well. So in any case, everyone smoked, and there were quite a few, at least in my family, in my community, quite a few pipe smokers. I didn't know there was such a thing as a room note. I knew cigarette smoking, the smell of cigarette smoke was nasty. I had most of the people that I knew that smoked cigarettes were smoking Marlboro. Must have been the Marlboro man that got them, but they all smoked Marlboro. I had a cousin Mike that had a whole wall in his bedroom that had been like wallpapered with the ends of the Marlboro hard pack. So the entire wall was covered by the ends of cigarette packs that he had personally smoked, and that was like a trophy, I guess. But I never had any of them ask what I thought of the smell of the cigarettes. I know my uncles that smoked pipes and their friends never said, "Hey kid, what do you think about the smell of this?" I grew up, went in the Navy. Actually, I went to college for a year before I joined the Navy, and people were just starting to talk then, as I recall, about the aroma of pipe tobacco. But again, cigarette smokers never seemed to care too much about how the stuff smelled. So up until then, I don't know that there was an etiquette for being concerned about the fragrances of pipe tobaccos or cigarettes. What I do now is I tend to smoke the tobacco that I like, and I smoke some English blends, some British 500 from LJ Peretti is one of my favorites. So it's got a mild, I guess a medium room note to it. It's not unpleasant. There are a couple of aromatics that I smoke that have great room notes to them. I'm thinking of, again, from LJ Peretti, the Thanksgiving blend, the Yuletide blend. But what I have found is that I've never actually had anyone come up to me and say, your pipe tobacco smells like crap. I get a lot of, gee, that smells like the tobacco my father or my grandfather smoked. That's usually when I'm smoking Carter Hall, Captain Black, Prince Albert. So it's those kind of old standby tobaccos that bring back a lot of memories for people. But I don't think I'm rude, but I don't worry too much about the room note as long as it's not a real strong tobacco either way. Whether it's a real strong aromatic, some of them smell like you lit a stick of bubble gum on fire and you're trying to smoke that. Others are like the British blends, as you said. Some are pretty pungent, can actually knock you out of your socks. But I don't smoke many of those either way, so for the most part, I don't give it a whole lot of thought. And that could be just generational for me. But early on, I didn't worry much about it because, as I said, I never had a cigarette smoker when I was smoking my pipe ever ask me what I thought of the smell of their cigarettes, because I think they all know that they're pretty nasty smelling things. I remember as a kid I used to hate it when I would go on a date and the girl I was dating was a cigarette smoker, and you could smell it in their hair. Got over that pretty quickly, but you could smell it in their hair, so I didn't worry too much. I don't worry too much, I should say, about the smell of tobacco. I think it's a good thing that you're concerned about it. It shows that you have that social sense about you. I think that's a great thing. But as for me, I don't worry too much about it as long as I'm not smoking on either end, either a really rank English blend or a syrupy sweet aromatic. I don't give it a whole lot of thought, actually. When I travel, I pack a couple of different Ziploc baggies and throw them in my pipe bag. And there'll be a couple of different types of tobacco in there, but for the most part, I know that they're going to be relatively pleasant. If I'm smoking out in the shed in the spring or summer, and my wife's going to be out there, I know the blends that she likes, and so I'll smoke those. But those are just kind of my thoughts. Again, if you haven't already viewed Handlebar Mike, as I said, there'll be a link down below. I'd certainly look him up. Great channel. He's got some interesting things to say, and as he did in this video that I'm making, a video response to him about room notes. So that's kind of it for me. Enjoy your pipes. Unless you're smoking something syrupy sweet or that smells like an old English boot, I think you'll be in good shape either way. So take care. Enjoy your channel, Handlebar Mike, and tight lines to everyone.